So next we are moving on to the algebra of linear transformations. Under this, first of all, let us notice that if V and W are the vector spaces over the same field, then set of all the linear transformations from V to W, this is also a vector space. This I have left as an exercise for you to check under this vector addition defined like this, where sum of two vectors, you can first add the vectors then apply x, or you can first apply x or then add the vectors, and scalar multiplication as usual defined. So this you are to do at your end, because we have already studied vector spaces very well. So I will be moving on to next theorem, which states that if V and W are finite dimensional vector spaces, then this set, the set of all linear transformations from V to W, this is also finite dimensional, and its dimension is equal to product of dimensions of V and W. So in order to prove so, what we will do, let us take V1 as a basis of V. So it means what I have taken dimension of V to be n, since I have taken n vectors over here. Similarly, dimension of W as m, as I have taken m vectors in the basis of this vector space W. Now let us define a linear transformation Tij in such a way that Tij, it is a linear transformation from V to W, where I stands for the coordinate 1 to n, that is for this V, and j, it lies between 1 to m, and it is defined that it takes eth vector of vector space V onto, say, jth vector in the basis of this vector space W whenever I is equal to p. Otherwise it is 0, that is when I is not equal to p. Alright, now first of all we are to prove that this Tij is actually a linear transformation. So in order to prove it as a linear transformation, what we will do, we will take two vectors, say x1, x2 from V, and two scalars, let me write alpha, beta from the field, and we will prove that Tij of alpha x1 plus beta x2, it is equal to alpha Tij of x1 plus beta Tij of x2. Alright, so let me start, before starting this, let us observe what will be alpha x1 plus beta x2 actually. So alpha is a scalar, it will be alpha only. Now x1 is a vector from V, and this b1 is the basis of V. So you can write it as linear combination of basis vectors. Let me write alpha p vp from p1 to n. Similarly, this x2, it is this is from the vector space V, and V has basis b1. So I am writing this as this beta as such, and it will be summation of some, say, beta p vp, p from 1 to n. And the scalars can go inside. You can write p from 1 to n alpha alpha p plus beta beta p v p. Taking Tij's on both the sides, we will obtain this. Now observe that as per definition of this Tij of Vp would be Wj whenever I is equal to p. So scalars would come out. This will be summation alpha alpha p plus beta beta. Now observe that let us see what will be Tij x1 of x1. So x1 we have already written it as linear combination of basis vectors like this p from 1 to n. So as per definition of this linear transformation, it takes pth vector to wij, so it will be equal to, and remaining all, if p is not equal to I, then they become 0. So for only ith vector this will stay, otherwise all the alpha p's would be 0, and vp changes to wj as per definition. Similarly, tij of x2, it will be summation p from 1 to n as tij of, sorry, as per definition it was beta p, say vp. So this, all the betas would become 0, only ith beta would stay, this will be beta I, and vp goes to wj. Alright, so let us take now tij of this term, and this alpha, this equation number 1 of tij on both the sides. So let us see what it will be. It will be tij alpha x1 plus beta x2 is equal to tij of summation alpha alpha p plus beta beta p vp, like this. Now again, using the definition of tij, only ith would stay and remaining all would become 0. So this will become alpha alpha I plus beta beta I, and vp would go to wj. So this is alpha alpha I wj plus beta beta I wj. So it is alpha alpha I wj plus beta beta I wj. So this is alpha tij p from 1 to n alpha p vp plus beta tij p from 1 to n beta p vp. So if you can observe, what is this vector? It is x1. So this is alpha tij of x1, and this vector is x2. So this is tij of x2. Therefore tij is a linear transformation from v to w. Now we have to prove that if we write, we are actually fixing j's and varying y, I. Can you observe what was these j's and I? J's are from 1 to m here, and i's are from 1 to n. So fixing j, varying I, how many elements we would obtain? We will obtain n elements like t1j, t2j up to tnj. So these are actually m into n elements, 1, 2 up to n. These are you directly looking here. If you put j as 1, then n more. If you put j2, then n more, and so on proceeding. How many times you can put j? J is from 1 to m. So putting it m times, you will obtain m into n values here. So we will prove that this, if I call this as B3, it is basis of this vector space of all the linear transformations from V to W. Now in order to prove the vector space, now to prove the basis, we will show two parts, that this basis, this set B3 is linearly independent, and linear span of B3 that is equal to this vector space. This is what we need to prove. Now to prove the linearly independence, now as I told you, these are m into n elements. So to write their linear combination, let me write tij, aij into tij's. Now observe from where j's are going. J's are going from 1 to m, and i's are going from 1 to n. Now we have to prove that all the aij's are zeros. So what we do, we take some Vp from the vector space V. P is varying from 1 to up to n. Now if we apply this 0 transformation on Vp, that would become 0, and this 0 will belong to W. Now this is in the image set is subset of W, so it will be in W. And so what I am trying to do, I'm writing I'm actually applying Vp to this operator, or this operator is applied to Vp. On this side we have 0. If I write 0 operator applied on Vp, that will make no difference, it will become 0. So now use the definition of this scalar multiplication on this vector space that I have given you an exercise. What does that scalar multiplication do? It takes the scalars outside. I'm not taking them outside actually. I'm just applying it on this Tij Vp. On this side it will be 0 from W. Now observe carefully what I am going to do now. I am going to expand it with respect to this I from 1 to n. See how will it look like now. It will look like say A1j, I am putting I as 1, T1j of Vp for the first vector. Similarly, when I will put I as 2, this will be A2j, T of 2j, Vp, and so on, proceeding like this. In between somewhere I will obtain A of say Pj, T of Pj. Why I have stopped, I have written this specially, you will just observe in a second. Now can you recall definition of this Tij linear transformation? It was accept P, it will make everything 0, it will take this Vp to Wj, if you can check. So I have written it specially, and in the end we will obtain A and J, T and J, Vp. So as per definition of this Tij, only this vector will survive, and that too will go to Wj, and remaining all vectors will become 0. Let us see. So only this jth will survive, and Vp would go to j and other will become 0. And I am now expanding it with respect to j, putting j as 1, then 2, up to whatever value we have to go to m, so like this. Now can you observe what is this? Isn't it linear combination of w1, w2 up to wn? So what was w1, w2 up to wn? It was basis b2 of w, so it has to be linearly independent. Therefore all these alpha p1, alpha p2 up to alpha pm, they has to be 0. So this implies that basis b3 that we choose, what was that? That was T1j, T2j up to Tnj of m into n elements, that is linearly independent. Now we shall prove that this set B3, it spans the vector space of all the linear transformations from V to W. So in order to prove so, what I will do, I will take an element from this linear transformation. Let me say T. This is a set of all linear transformations. So its vector is a linear transformation. T from this set of all linear transformations from V to W. Now can you observe what will be T of Vp? Whatever it will be, it is the image, so it should belong to W. So if it belongs to W, so I can write it as linear combination of basis elements of W, they were Wj's, Say I have written it as beta pj wj j from 1 to m. Now consider a set S. I am writing S as beta ij tij. Actually, I have written set S as the set of all the linear combinations of elements of this B3. This is the set of all linear combinations. So I have written it as S. So what I will prove that this T is actually equal to S. So that would prove that B3 this T is actually in linear span of S. So what is S? S is actually the combination of all the possible linear combination of these elements. So now let us consider what will be S of Vp. Now observe S is beta ij tij j from 1 to m, I from 1 to m of Vp. So if I take it inside as per definition of this scalar multiplication defined on this vector space of all the linear transformations from B to W, this would be applied on this. Now recall the definition of Tij. What was Tij doing? Tij was taking Vp to jth wj and making remaining things 0. So all the things from j1 to m would go, only jth element would survive, like this. This will be beta pj, all those will go, only jth element would survive among these. Alright, now let me expand this and see what would happen. Sorry, no need to expand. If you observe this and this, aren't they same? So what we could conclude? We could conclude that S is actually equal to T. So what we have done? We took a general element from this vector space and we wrote it as a linear combination of these bases, this set B3. So we have proved both the things. We already proved that this is linearly independent. Now we have proved that it spans, therefore it forms the basis. And I already told you how many elements of this B3 are having. What is dimension of this linear space? It is equal to, how many elements are there? This is 1, 2 up to n. Then when you will put j as 2, then you will again obtain n. How many times you will obtain? M times, since j is from 1 to m. So this dimension is n into m. What is n? N is dimension of V and m is dimension of W. That's it.